Today I need to look like a good girl because I'm meeting his parents for the first time. So yeah, no pressure. I'm going for soft natural makeup and Dyson round brush blowout. Pretty polished but still me. Hopefully this helps me make a good first impression. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to start with the hair today, but first of all I need to prep my skin. I want it to look really fresh and healthy, so I'm using a mask for additional moisturizing. After that, I'm using my regular moisturizer and a lip balm to prep my lips, and we are moving to the hair. My hair is clean and still wet, so I'm starting with my hairbrush and a heat protection spray. I apply the spray very generously, trying to cover the whole length, and then brush my hair to spread the product better. By the way, all the products I'm using will be listed in the description bar below. I'm going to do a salon-style round brush hair today, and I need a lot of volume, so I apply my volumizing foam spray to my roots. Brushing everything one more time and finalizing with a drop of hair oil. I keep myself from using too much to avoid greasiness and spread the oil to the ends. It will make my hair look healthy and shiny, exactly what I need. Perfect, so let's start the styling. First, I want to work on the area around the face with my hairdryer. I lift my roots with the hairbrush and then lock the volume with a hot airflow. When it's done, I brush my bangs in different directions to be able to change sides and keep the volume. The bangs look great, so let's dry the rest of the hair. For today's look, I'm gonna be using my Dyson Airwrap styler. I'm using the firm smoothing brush first to dry my hair and add the maximum volume to my roots. I move the brush from the bottom up to create volume, focusing on the roots, and then dry the lengths of the hair. I keep doing it until my hair becomes 90% dry. I'm trying to keep a little bit of moisture in my ends so the round brush will not dry them out. Well, I think my inner lion is waking up now. Okay, now let's change the attachment to the round brush and comb the hair one more time before curling. The styler now is in the highest temperature and maximum airflow mode, so it gets hot pretty fast. I'm starting with the bangs and grabbing the first strand. I'm moving from the roots to the ends first, and when the brush is in its final position, I'm curling the strand backwards. And after that, immediately switch the styler in a cold airflow mode. When I feel the strand is cool enough, I switch the airflow off and take the strand away. I don't use a clip to separate my hair. There will be 3 major sections in general. One on the center of the head will be curled backwards, and 2 sections on the sides will be curled inwards, so we'll have that salon-style look. I keep curling the central section backwards, and when it's done, move into the sides. I definitely can achieve this look with a regular round brush and a hairdryer, but this way feels easier for me. But if you want a step-by-step tutorial, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will include this technique in one of my next videos. I brush each new section to avoid tangling, but the products I used before helps a lot with it. Okay, the final strand is ready, and I want to use a little bit of hairspray to lock the volume and let the hair cool down while we are doing makeup. Perfect, let's move to the face. For today's look, I want to do classic, lightweight, natural looking makeup. So I'm starting with a foundation that looks the most natural on my skin. I apply it with a brush all over the face with a thin layer and blend nicely to the forehead and jawline. It's a drop foundation, so when I'm done with the brush, I like to use my fingers to blend it to the skin. Great! The skin looks nice, but a little bit flat, so let's add some dimension. For today's look, I'm gonna be using a cream blush in a very nice soft mauve shade. I apply it with a brush all over the cheeks, nose, and forehead. On my super pale skin, these shades look like a blush-bronzer combo, and it makes me look more fresh and sun-kissed. I want everything to look very soft and blended, so I also apply the product to my crease, and it will be a good transition color for the eye makeup. Perfect, let's move to the next part. The base is almost done, but I want more coverage on some areas, so let's add a concealer. I add it to the outer corners of my eyes to some spots and blend nicely with my fingers. I'm using a full coverage concealer, so I need very little. When it's done, I add a little bit of concealer to my under eye area and to my lid as well. Perfect! The skin looks flawless, but the layer of products is so thin it doesn't look makeup-y. Exactly what I need. When the concealer is done, I'm using a long-lasting cream eyeshadow. I add a little bit to my hand and apply the product to the lid with my fingers. It is a medium shade with a satin to matte finish, so this cream eyeshadow will be the perfect base for my eye makeup. Plus, it blends nicely to the makeup that is already on. I blend it to the crease with my fingers and then use a brush to make a perfect blend. When it's done, I use a little bit of foundation to clean up outer corners. And then I apply a bit more cream blush to blend these products together. So now I have a super long-lasting and natural-looking base. Cleaning up and it's done. We are finally finished with the cream products, so it's time to set everything with powders. First, I'm gonna set my cream eyeshadows with the ambient lighting powder. It leaves a very soft satin finish, so it will help to blend the powder eyeshadow very evenly. After that, I apply the product to my under eye area, to my nose, chin, and forehead, just to diffuse the light in these areas and set the concealer better. Great! Now it's time to set the rest of the foundation with a loose powder. I apply the product with my soft powder brush all over the face, trying to set every area. And when the face is finally ready, we are moving to the eyes. So today we are gonna be doing a classic eye makeup. I'm starting with the lightest satin pearl shade and applying it to the lid with a small round brush. I blend the product all over the lid and to the inner corners to create a nice highlight. And when it's done, I add a little bit to my nose and to the area around the lips. Great! After that, I use the medium dark shade and apply it to the outer corner of my lid to create this classic eye shape. I apply the product to the crease as well and then use a bigger brush to blend it into the skin very soft and evenly. The shape is done and I want to add a soft eyeliner as a little accent. I'm gonna be using a dark brown eyeshadow and a wet brush for that. I take my angled brush and spray the face mist around it. Remove the excess with my hand and tap the brush into the eyeshadow. The shade becomes more deep, long-lasting and draws very well. Plus, we can avoid the massive eyeshadow fallout. I press and tap the brush into my lash line and when it's done, create a nice little tail. When the eyeliner is done, I use a clean flat synthetic brush to elongate the tail and blend it to the skin better. Perfect, the same thing for the other eye. The eyes are almost done and I'm going to enhance the lower lid a little. I'm using the same brush as for the eyeliner and the leftovers of the dark brown shade. I gently outline the lower lash line to create a soft shadow and make the eyes look bigger. Perfect! Now we are ready to finalize everything with the mascara. For today's look, I'm using my black mascara. I'm brushing my lashes from the roots to the ends and paying more attention to the outer corners. Everything in this makeup is very soft and blended, so I want to add a bit of contrast with my lashes. A little bit to the lower lashes and the eyes are done. Great! Let's move to the brows. I'm gonna be using my brow powder and the angled brush today. I brush the brows up and try to fill the empty areas with the product. And when it's done, I brush the brows down and do the same thing. I'm using the lightest shade and my brows look very natural and soft. Same thing for the other brow and look what a lovely shape. Now I need to set everything with a clear brow gel and we're almost done. Absolutely love the look, but I think I want to increase the level of cuteness and add a touch of pink blush. I'm using a dusty rose shade and applying the product to the apples of my cheeks and also to my nose, forehead and even to the crease to harmonize the look. Well, now it is what I want, and we're moving to the lips. For the lip makeup, I'm gonna be using a long-lasting nude lip pencil and the brush. But first of all, I need to remove the lip balm that I used before. I exfoliate my lips a little to make it look flawless, and we are ready for the color. I pick up the lip pencil with a brush and apply it to my lips. This formula is really long-lasting and I want a thin layer. This technique helps me to make my lips very natural with a very soft outline. When it's done, I add a bit of concealer to my outer corners to clean up everything. The shape is ready, but I don't want a matte finish, so I apply lip oil to make the look complete. Perfect, now it is exactly what I wanted. Elegant, lightweight, soft and natural. Hope it will work. Let's finalize the hair and go. Okay, my hair looks nice, but I want to keep the volume as long as I can, so I'm gonna use a magic trick, the backcombing. I separate a section, do a very light movement to backcomb, and then lock it with a hairspray. I use my regular hairbrush and hairspray for flexible hold, because I don't need a bird's nest, just a little lift. I backcombed the whole head and now it looks ridiculous, but I will tame it, I promise. So now I need to brush out all the visible backcomb and shape the hair. Brushes with natural bristles work perfect for this. They don't go too deep, so the backcomb stays near the roots, but it completely improves the surface. I pay more attention to the area around my neck and brush the ends to the nice soft wave. As you can see, the volume is not crazy, but it will stay with me the whole night, and it gives me much more control. I can touch it, shape it in different ways, and every time it looks great. Okay, the hair is done, and I really love that the final look is really classy and elegant. Makeup is super chic and the hair looks like I was inspired by an old money filter. Love it! Hope his parents will love it too. We'll see. And now I'm ready to go. Seems like everything is going great. I was a really good girl and his parents were charmed. Thank you for being with me today. Feel free to share your meeting his parents stories in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss my next one. Bye!